this is an important comment right here. Not sure who they're polling because there's no way I'm voting Liberal ever. And that's the important thing about political polls is you got to actually dig into them. You can't just take them for face value. You got to look at where are they polling, what's the demographic, what area is a big one, right? A lot of these Main Street research polls are done in like Ottawa, the most liberal city in this country, I believe, other than like Vancouver, Toronto. And I don't mean GTA, I mean like core Toronto, right? It's kind of like Edmonton, Alberta. You would think Alberta's full of all these conservatives, but you go to Edmonton and it's like, well, this is where all the social services buildings are, so it makes sense that there'd be a bunch of liberals here, right? Anyway, if we were just to run polls, like I believe my comment section is probably more accurate than polls because polls on average are anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 Canadians get polled in a poll, right? My comment section saying comments like this right here, not sure who they're polling because no way I'm voting Liberal. Thousands, probably 10,000 comments over all my platforms of people saying exactly what you're saying. It's another reason why, and I understand the algorithm's biased, but it's not that biased because there's a lot of hate for Pierre on there. But going through it, in my experience, there's a lot more support for Pierre than there is hate. It's kind of like being on the internet, right? I get a lot of support, I get a lot of hate, and the support outweighs the hate. Right? So the reason why Pierre is going to win the next election, and I've discussed this on my live streams, is there is a silent majority in this country, right? The silent majority are people who don't care about the news, don't watch social media, never voted in their life, don't really care about politics. Except what they've decided to do is they've decided to, see how expensive life is. They've seen how much crime has gone up. They've seen the green slush fund thing. They might have heard of it and then started digging into it. The SNC-Lavalin scandal. They remember when Jody Wilson-Raybould was let go, right? And they pick up on large headlines like that and ignore the small stuff. The silent majority has decided, I'm not going Liberal. And that's why Pierre wins, right? Because none of this propaganda that we experience as creators or consumers on social media on a daily basis works on somebody who doesn't give a fuck. Right? All they care about is how is my life going to get better, right? So the favorite thing from the Liberals is they like to say, Pierre's going to take away your women's rights. The silent majority doesn't give a fuck about rhetoric like that, right? They're looking at their bank account, okay? Every woman that I speak to that's in my life that I can have a face-to-face dialogue and discussion with, does not think Pierre Poilievre is taking away their rights. It's only the online people, the people that you can't see their face, you don't know who they are, those are the people that say that, right? But you're not walking down the street one day and somebody sees me and they're like, oh my God, it's the bigot, Bird of Proud Dad. Did you know Pierre Poilievre is going to... It doesn't happen, right? Happen fucking daily basis on this app, right? But just remember, folks, I'm not here to sway your vote. I don't want to sway your vote. I don't want the power to do so. I'm here to let you know why I support conservatives and why I'm voting for conservatives. If you decide today that you're no longer going to support Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party, I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. I'm going to continue to do my content, whether or not Mark Carney's the Prime Minister, Pierre Poilievre's the Prime Minister, whether Danielle Smith ends up fucking being complicit in the shit that's happening in Alberta, which I've been vocal and I've said that if Danielle Smith is involved, she has to resign. It's our job to be the checks and balances on politicians, no matter what. It doesn't matter. The Liberals just are incapable of doing it, right? They don't hold their party accountable. They'd rather put blinders on and not give a shit about anything. So I'm Bird of Proud Dad. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I hope you enjoy my little spin that I put on things. And I know a lot of you are just obsessed with hating me, and I'm okay with that too. You got to remember, turn this camera off, my life still goes on, right? Have a great day. Happy Saturday.